Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're trapped now. All right, so welcome over here to stage 2. This is the engineering part of the campus. Of course, the big machining, we never stop here. So at this building, we house all our engineering, all our labs. Everything we do for the research is housed in this building. So we got about 20 engineers on staff. We have full fabrication teams, machinists. We have chemical labs, biological labs, electronic labs. We can build and test virtually anything. We do for Manoj. The main things we always concentrate on for his projects is they're going to be in energy, medical, or water. And so we kind of hit a little bit of all those items, and we help him develop a little bit of all the stuff he wants, including all the hydration drink was all developed here. So bring you over to the other part of the shop. Yep. And we'll go through some of our water programs. One of the biggest things that Manoj has always been after is water and clean water. Especially with all the work, he came from India, all the work that that he does in India and the foundations. He's built at least 6 hospitals that I know of. He's probably got more by now in India, and 80 to 90% of the patients in these hospitals are there because of waterborne diseases. India is just crazy on all the different waterborne diseases. So his big thing is, how do we build infrastructure for them there that's simple to keep this water clean enough to get rid of these waterborne diseases and get these people out of the hospital. So we've done a lot of different projects. We started with desalinization. If you watch Billions and Change, you saw some of our big desalinization plants. What we learned from those was when you do desal, unfortunately, you have to deal with the government. And as soon as you deal with the government, it slows down to nothing. And it just took everything to a dead crawl. So we stopped that and we went to brackish. And brackish is everywhere. Desal, you're really only going to be worrying about people along the coast. Brackish water is everywhere. It's all over, not only India, all over the United States, it's everywhere. And so we concentrated on something a lot more like that with brackish, we could get directly to the end users. And we could take a lot of that middleman out in the time it took to where we could just do it ourselves. We didn't have to have all the municipalities and the government involved with it. And this was, we've done quite a few different programs over there. This was our second generation of brackish one we did. And this was one of the pieces that we were given, and our direction was we were going to do a tankless, fully self-contained RO water purification system. So this system has all the pre-filtration for sediments, carbon filters. The pump is built into here, all the RO elements. So it's completely self-contained, and it's it's all chip controlled. So once you turn it on, you put in some of the initial parameters, it does everything itself afterwards. And that's what we really needed over in India. It's really high efficiency. It only takes about 1,000 watts to run it, which isn't a whole lot of power. The other beauty is that almost all the other RO systems on the market that have been out there forever, the highest efficiency they have for water recovery is about 50%. So if you put 10 gallons in, you only get 5 clean gallons and you waste 5 gallons. Our systems are, you put 10 gallons in, we get 9 gallons. So we're 90% efficient. So we've been able to do some things that are just completely different than what they've done on some of the other items. The other one is where a lot of them, how they did it, they needed a lot more pumps and a lot more pressures because they did things so inefficient. We're able to do it with about 1,000 watts instead of 3,000. So we can go to these areas in India that the ones that do have grid, they don't have much power, and we still run there. Or if they have no power at all, at 1,000 watts, it's simple to set up solar systems to be able to power them up and to run them. And that was a big part of what we needed to do. We do a lot in the U.S., Culligan carries this for their residential line. We do a lot for commercial. We're big in agriculture and farming. really big in agriculture and farming. We're in about 1,000 different grow houses around, not 1,000, sorry, 100 different grow houses around the country. Because they, especially for a lot of the high value crops, they want that water stripped down to nothing, get all the impurities out of it so they can put in only what they want. And in fact, we have one in Arizona that's 1 million gallons a day they do. This is one of our test units here that we do a lot of the different junk. We put a lot of junk water through it just to see what it will do. And this one is kind of a setup we do for a lot of the different agriculture, and it does about 115 to 120,000 gallons a day. Pardon me? One unit. This unit does 9 gallons a minute. So it's set up for 9 gallons a minute for the U.S. is an awesome one for a home unit, for a full residential house. But 9 gallons a minute in India will do a village. We use about 180 to 100 gallons a day per individual here in the U.S. average. In India, they use about 5. A completely different deal. We're really just in India. What we're concerned about there is what they're cooking with and what they're drinking. Those are the big things. Get the diseases out of the water, and not just the diseases, the amount of arsenic and lead, and just the amount of horrible other items that they have in there in their water is just incredible. We're certified. We're the only ones in the country certified to remove the majority of those. In fact, we're the only one legal to sell in California. As usual, California has more regs than anyone in the country. So they're one of the only ones that actually has a full test and registration system where you have to be able to pass it. We're the only one that's been able to, that's actually certified to be able to be sold in California.